Tonight is an enormously hopeful night. It's an optimistic night. It's a forward-looking night for New York City. We have a group of educators in that room who have, by and large, come through the ranks, who believe in the promise of New York City for all of our students.
You represent to me what is great about our system, the new leaders for our schools, both district and charter schools, and to me it's something extremely exciting.
I'm trying to create a school where I will send my own children, with a staff that I would trust with my own children. And I think that's really the most important thing. And I want them to know that we're going to challenge their child academically, but that we're also going to support them as an individual.
The unique vision I have for my school is that students have the ability to take what they learn in the classroom and apply it to real life situations where they can actually go out and help their communities, and they can see what they do in the classroom and how it relates to helping other people.
I'm ready to change the lives of children. I'm ready to impact. I'm ready to change communities from hopeless to hopeful. I'm ready to begin the hard work.
So tell me about your desire in the school and what really drove you to become a principal.
My mentor drove me to become a principal. He tells me to always do the right thing by kids first and foremost. He tells me to continue to love them, to never give up on them, which I do not. And he makes sure that I stay the course.
How do you convey that message to your school community now that you are a principal?
I think I convey it through my actions. I often ask my teachers, how do you have this resiliency? How do you do all this work? And they simply say, you care about kids.
Now, you mentioned a key word for me, and it's a word that I really love, and to me it's the ultimate challenge for our students and our staff is resiliency. So how do you define resiliency?
Never giving up. Looking at every child as if they're my own. Going to sleep every night knowing I did the right thing by them.
30,000 families, 30,000 lives that will be shaped by the work that you and your teams do over the next 6 months, over the next 4 years, over the next decade.
They saw a difference in their children when they came home. They saw their children coming home and reading.
They understand that we are preparing the next generation and students for life. And this is really hard work.
Whatever it is that I need to do to help them to be successful, I am there working with them, not telling them what to do, but working, collaborating with them.
I think that by showing that level of compassion, understanding, sensitivity to all your students and all your staff, I think you build a great school community.
The most important thing that we can do for the children is to love them. Absolutely. There is no program, there is no script. It's absolutely love, and then the children will buy in to whatever you want them to do. If you believe in them, they begin to believe in themselves. That is absolutely the bottom line.
You're talking about someone's most important commodity. Like, these are people's children, and we don't take that very lightly.
The reason I call my students scholars is because the word scholars sets a different expectation. When individuals are scholars, they look, act, speak a certain way. And it's very important that scholars realize that they need to set themselves apart.
Right? I believe that students have to excel in the classroom, that academic content matters, that we have to train them to know that it matters, as well as all of their outside interests. And we have to use their interests as motivation for academic achievement.
We will see self-starters, students who know themselves as learners. We will be immensely proud of their accomplishments.
To be a part of that is an honor, really. To help a student transform, to help develop who they are, to help bring out the best of who they are is an honor for me and everyone that works with them.
I really believe that we have an obligation to the kids in the city that when they leave our school system, that they have a real choice in their life. And what I mean by that is not just that they hit the benchmarks for the state standards and pass the Regents exams and so on, but that they can function in the world in ways that lead to real options and real choices as they grow up and go to college and enter the workforce.
What we do here is interesting. We introduce them to college now because I firmly believe that children start dreaming way too late. And I think that they need to start dreaming as early as kindergarten or even before that. So we set up programs where our students, they go out to the colleges and they talk to people from the colleges and they get to understand that this is what life is about. These are your options. This is what you can do. Rather than wait until it's too late, waiting to be something.
To take the students that we have and to make them ready and prepared for college, make them ready for careers, prepare them through character education, just to really take them and help mold who they are to be ready for the role that we're going to inherit.
So the school that I propose is a career and technical education school, and our focus will be on health sciences. They'll get a hands-on learning experience so that learning is not just doing a worksheet, but actually seeing how these things actually apply in the real world.
Is so great in this community. I mean, this is the most underserved community in the United States, given the resources we have. And so how do we make sure that our kids are getting the best? It starts with the leadership.
He's clearly passionate about education, passionate about the community, making positive change in the community, and I think our philosophies were aligned. So it was just, a natural match that we wanted to move in the same direction for kids. We are a college preparatory middle school. I tell my kids, you're going to college if I have to take you myself, and I really mean that.
I would love it so that our schools would be filled up with teachers who were our graduates, or who owned a business in the neighborhood, who own homes in the neighborhood. That to me is success. It's not good enough to just graduate kids. It's not how do we get those kids that impact their neighborhoods. And I think and that's what's been attractive with having Tanika as a colleague is that we're both about using the school to make community development, to make community change.
We're very lucky to have each other. I mean, even, just on any old day, I can call up with anything.
Anything.
Anything, and demand to speak to.
It might be about lunch too.
But if you care about education, you have to care about the people who work for you and how they grow. I learned a big lesson by working with Jessica, and she happened to be the person that I thought she would be there.
And so to have him sincerely stop me and say, I am always going to be there for you. I'm always going to have your back. It doesn't matter where we go. You're going to be able to call me. You're going to come visit my school. That was a huge vote of confidence for me, knowing that if I went on this alone, that he would still be there for me. To be able to see what he saw in me and say, I will take care of you, and I will make sure that you are successful under my watch, because if you're not, then I'm not successful. I knew that this was as important for him as it was for me. I am proud of myself.
I am proud of you too.
You tell me all the time.